A long time ago in a faraway land, there was a bustling marketplace filled with merchants selling all sorts of goods from spices to fabrics and pottery. Among the crowds, there was a solitary figure sitting on a low stool, patiently counting his coins. This was Lucius, a tax collector who had been working at the marketplace for many years. He was a stern and serious man, with a thick beard and mustache, dressed in a long robe fastened with a belt. As the days went by, Lucius would sit there day after day, collecting taxes from the merchants. The other vendors at the market tried their best to avoid him, because he was known to be a very strict and harsh tax collector. They would try to bribe him, bargain with him, or even lie about their earnings just to pay him less. But Lucius didn't care about any of that. All he cared about was collecting the taxes that were owed to the emperor. One day, as Lucius was sitting there counting his coins, he saw a group of people gathered around a merchant listening intently to what he was saying. Curious, Lucius got up from his stool and joined the crowd. The merchant was a teacher who was known for his wisdom and kindness. He was talking about the importance of living a virtuous life and how one should always strive to be the best version of themselves. Lucius listened to the teacher's words and felt a sense of unease wash over him. He realized that he had become consumed with his work and had lost sight of what was truly important in life. He had become so focused on collecting taxes that he had neglected his own well-being and the well-being of those around him. As the teacher finished his lesson, he looked at Lucius and said, "My friend, why don't you come and join me? I can teach you the ways of Stoicism and help you find peace within yourself." Lucius was hesitant at first, but something in the teacher's voice made him agree. And so Lucius left his stool and his coins and followed the teacher out of the marketplace. As they walked together, the teacher, whose name was Zeno, told Lucius about the philosophy of Stoicism, which emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature, accepting what you cannot control, and always striving to do the right thing. Lucius listened attentively, feeling a sense of hope and inspiration that he hadn't felt in years. After a while, Zeno turned to Lucius and said, "I want you to come with me on a journey. I am going to a small village where I have been invited to teach the people there. You can come with me and learn more about Stoicism firsthand." Lucius hesitated for a moment, thinking about his job and his life in the city. But he knew that he couldn't continue living the way he had been. He had to make a change, and following Zeno seemed like the right thing to do, so he agreed. And the two of them set off on their journey, leaving the marketplace and Lucius's old life behind them. They walked along a dirt road through fields of grain and past small villages, and Lucius felt a sense of calm and contentment that he had never experienced before. When they finally arrived at the village, Zeno introduced Lucius to the people there and told them that Lucius would be staying with them for a few days. The villagers welcomed Lucius warmly and treated him with kindness and respect, which was a stark contrast to how he had been treated in the city. Over the next few days, Lucius spent his time listening to Zeno's teachings and talking to the villagers. He learned about the importance of living a simple life, being grateful for what you have, and helping others whenever you can. He also learned about the concept of apathy, which in Stoicism means to be free from the passions and emotions that causes pain and suffering. As Lucius was writing down these words to remember them, a young boy approached him and asked, "What are you doing?" Lucius looked up from his writing and smiled at the boy. "I'm learning about Stoicism," he said. "It is a philosophy that teaches us how to live a good and virtuous life." The boy's eyes widened with curiosity and he asked, "Can I see what you're writing?" Lucius hesitated for a moment, but then he agreed. He showed the boy the words he had written down, and the boy read them aloud. "Don't let the things you do for a living interfere with your higher purpose." The boy looked up at Lucius and asked, "What is my higher purpose?" Lucius thought about the question for a moment. "Your higher purpose is to be the best version of yourself," he said. "It is to live a life that is true to your values and that makes you happy." The boy nodded his head slowly, as if he were trying to understand the concept. "But how can I do that?" he asked. "I am only a young boy. I don't know what my purpose is." Lucius smiled at the boy's innocence and said, "That is the beauty of being young, my boy. You have the whole world at your feet. You can do whatever you want to do and become whoever you want to be." The boy thought about this for a moment, and then he asked, "So what should I do now?" Lucius looked at the boy and said, "Go and follow your heart. Go and explore the world. Most importantly, go and learn from those who are wiser than you." The boy nodded his head and thanked Lucius for his advice. Then he ran off to go and play. Lucius watched the boy go and couldn't help but smile. It was amazing to see the innocence and wonder in the boy's eyes. It reminded Lucius of a time when he, too, had been young and full of curiosity about the world. As the days went by, Lucius continued to listen to Zeno's teachings and learn about the principles of Stoicism. He started to feel a sense of inner peace and calm that he had never felt before. He realized that he had been carrying around a lot of anger and resentment for many years, and it had only caused him pain and suffering. But now he understood that he had the power to let go of those negative emotions and start fresh. When it was time for Lucius to leave, the villagers gathered around him and thanked him for coming to their village and sharing his wisdom with them. Zeno embraced Lucius and said, "You have learned much here, my friend, and I know that you will use what you have learned to make a positive impact on the world." Lucius nodded his head and said, "Thank you, Zeno, for teaching me the ways of Stoicism. I feel like I have a new lease on life." And so Lucius said goodbye to Zeno and the villagers and set off on his journey home. As he walked along the road, he felt a sense of purpose and direction that he had never felt before. He knew that he could not go back to his old life as a tax collector. He had learned too much and grown too much as a person. Lucius decided to use what he had learned from Zeno to start a new life for himself. He wanted to help others and make a positive impact on the world. He didn't know exactly what that would look like, but he was open to possibilities. As the sun began to set, Lucius found a quiet spot by the road and sat down to write. He took a scroll and a quill and began to write down the words that he had learned from Zeno. He wrote about the importance of living a virtuous life, accepting what you cannot control, and always striving to do the right thing. As he wrote, a golden light began to surround him, and he felt a sense of peace and calm that he had never experienced before. He realized that he had found his higher purpose, to share the wisdom he had learned with the world. And so Lucius continued to write, and the golden light continued to surround him, and he knew that he would never be the same again. The desert road stretched endlessly before him, a path illuminated by the golden light that flowed from Lucius, inviting him to keep moving forward into the unknown. The light carried with it the echoes of Zeno's teachings and the whispers of the villagers, a constant reminder of the wisdom he had gained and the lives he had touched. Each step Lucius took was a testament to his journey, a journey from a life consumed by duty and greed to a path illuminated by knowledge and purpose. His weathered hands gripping the scroll tightly, ready to embrace whatever challenges lay ahead. With each sunrise, the glow around him intensified, becoming a beacon of hope for those who crossed his path, drawing them towards the light of wisdom and enlightenment. And as the sun set, painting the sky with hues of gold and crimson, Lucius continued his walk, his silhouette a stark yet beautiful image against the vibrant canvas of the twilight sky. He was no longer just a tax collector from the bustling marketplace, but a beacon of stoic wisdom, a testament to the transformative power of knowledge and the unwavering human spirit. His journey was far from over, but with every step illuminated by the golden light of understanding, he knew he would never walk alone. If you liked this video, check out more of my videos where ancient stories meet cinematic visuals and motivational music.